This is so weird. You just get one this way. I've never done this song live, but I'm going to because I feel like it. The string is very fucked up, so you're gonna have to hear this very soft. Of course, I forgot to turn on the microphone because it wouldn't be one of these things without me messing up something, right? So how are you? How are you, all of you? Saying hi here to all the people that I see right off the bat before the chat goes crazy again, because it always does. But what are you doing? Oh, something's messed up. Sorry, fixing the last minute technical difficulties, as it were. Oh, that's better. Hopefully you can hear me. Hi, how are you? Hi, Sage, Eric Bustos, Julia Gulia, Tim, Blanciana, My, Adam, Rita, Jay Wires, Steven, Lalo in Peru. It's all good to see you. Hi, how are you? All of you. Oh, thank you for that, Adam. I don't know. Sometimes I am. He says sometimes I'm a beautiful soul. Sometimes I'm a pretty wrecky soul too. But that's all, that just makes me human. We wouldn't be human if we didn't have both sides, right? So, and more people coming in. Hi, Bianca, Manuel, Wendy, Ruben, Mike, what's up? Steven Baldo's in the house too. Nice. Lori, how are you? All of you. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. It's not sort of impromptu because I didn't have a specific, well, hold on. I did have a sort of specific thing in mind, and I forgot to do the normal. This is 0404 2025 thingamajig, and the I don't know. I don't know if I have the. I don't even know if I have the title. Oh well, it's all good. So the title for tonight, or the general chat, is going to be about how art takes time. But what's funny about this particular play on words is I wanted to talk about not just how art takes time, but how art takes time. How it takes time away from you as well. How it takes time from other things, but at the same time, also how art sometimes takes a long time to get things right. Um, and so, and I may appear really serious tonight. I know there's a lot going on, and I'll get into some of it, but I just want to give you the disclaimer first, in case you're just tuning in tonight and you don't know what's going on. Let me pull it up real quick so you can see it for yourself. I guess I'll show it this way. Um, ah, it's decided not to show it. Is that what's happening here? Oh, of course. Let's see. There we go. I think that should be fairly obvious what I'm pointing to. But as you can see, or as you may have already guessed, um, Peace is no longer on any of the streaming platforms. It's not on Bandcamp. It's not on anything. Basically, it's been taken down. And this isn't the first time that we've been in this rodeo, as you know. And it probably won't be the last for the moment. But I wanted you all to know, more than anything, before we get into what I can talk about and what I cannot talk about, because there's a lot that I cannot talk about. But before I get into it, you do? Jose, you have it on Spotify? Are you saying that it's available to you today? Because it isn't available to me. So you might be one of the lucky ones, or your browsers or your phone has got a cache on it and it's working. Um, nice. Well, that's good. Put a link in the description and I'll test it on my side over here because I cannot see it anymore. I'm pretty sure it's gone. And that's another thing I've noticed. It's only gone in the US, in certain parts of the US, but not across the world. And that is actually, well, that's actually good news in a weird way. So because I have Jose on Facebook and he says he can see it, I want to know something. Jose, can you play a song? Can you play it in Costa Rica? I'm just curious. Because if you can, that makes things even more interesting in the end. In the end. But yeah, as far as the United States is concerned, peace is gone, and I know you might think like, well, I thought you just got it back, and all this other stuff. And all I can tell you is, I do own it. I did get it back, but everything is not as it seems, and that's about as far as I can go. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to get into the legal aspects of it because I can't talk about it. The only thing I can tell you is that you know, uh, it is what it is. And for the record, just so that you know, um, Jose Ordonez just sent me the link, and I cannot play it from my location. So it seems to be that the United States has been cut out, but not other areas. But I find that very interesting, and I think that's going to be a little bit fun for me. So that's going to be good. I'm glad. In fact, if you guys can, if you're in a foreign country and you do have access to it, take a screenshot and send it to me. That would be great. That would help me out quite a bit. Um, so that will be fun. So anyway, look, it is what it is. There's a lot that's going to come down the pike, and I will share everything with you as I can. But for the moment, my team's on it. It's going to be fun. No, nothing to worry about. And I do have interesting news coming up, by the way, which I will talk about later on tonight, or probably just in the next when I play the next song in the next 7 minutes. But yeah, everything takes time, and you know, it's very difficult to quantify the way time works when it comes to art or music or anything that you're doing because everything takes its time. Some people can get an album done in a week, and I know many bands, including this band, that has been able to do that. And then there's albums that take endless years, like the very last album I just put out, Other Verses, took over 25 years to get done little by little because those songs got shifted and moved and all this kind of stuff happens. And by the same token, I can say that certain albums will sometimes take a long time to come back, take a long time to be reissued in various formats. So this is something that, you know, I either got to be ready for or I got to give up. So my feeling is be patient, everything's going to be fine. Got nothing to worry about. I can't do that, Carlos. I can't. I wish I could. In fact, I did that once and I got in trouble for it. So I can't do that. I'm going to follow the law to the letter, but I'm also hoping that the law is going to be in my favor as well. So we'll leave it at that. But everything's fine. I'm okay. There's nothing to worry about. In fact, I'm actually quite happy. I'm actually very happy. I've had a pretty good week, which I'll get into. For the and for those of you that don't know, the big news of the week, the big news of the week is that little flag hanging right here. You see that flag right there? That's the little flag they give you at the immigration office when you finally become a citizen of the United States. So yes, I am American now. I can vote. And that makes me happy because it also means I can run for things. Not that I'm interested in politics, but if I wanted to run for something, or if I wanted to go lobby in Congress about copyright, AI, major labels, the way they hold on to certain things, I bet you that I could do that right now. And I think I could probably be very successful doing that. I would try it. At some point I might. But anyway, I digress. You know what that means. Although for me, it's just iced tea. Why, thank you, Olivia. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you, Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Julia Gulia. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know that I was a permanent legal resident of the United States all this time. I was the last holdout in my family to become a citizen. Um, so the funniest thing, well, I'll tell you the story of why that happened or how it came to be, and it's not what you think. I was not in fear of being deported or anything like that. Although I got I got a bunch of DMs that basically said that, and I thought it was really funny because people actually thought, "Were you afraid of getting deported?" I'm like, Not really," but it had nothing to do with it. So I'm just telling you. So anyway, I'm gonna play a song. Uh, this is a song that I kind of want to dedicate this one to Paul Reinders because I know Paul has been getting the same legal letters that I've been getting, and it's like it freaks him out every time. So I thought I would. This one's for you, Paul. I'm gonna play a song that you can't find anywhere. This is a song that Paul basically wrote as an instrumental, and then we kind of went apeshit on it, and then decided that it should have vocals, and then we worked on the vocals all this particular afternoon, and we decided to hit record on the tape recorder. And I'm very happy that we did, because if we hadn't hit record on that tape recorder, there would be no other version than the version you're about to hear. So that's what kind of makes things fun for me as an artist, is to be able to record things. Recordings also have their time. Sometimes they are timeless and they only remain as one thing, or sometimes it never comes to surface, which is, we'll get into that too. Let's put on visuals for this. I think we'll use this one because, yeah, that one didn't get used. This should work, I hope. This is called I Found the Sun.
I found the sun. It came through the shades of windowsills. It fought but strongly throughout the tone. It ran but gently, the speed of cold. I found the sun. baptized my lungs. I felt the sun. I found the sea has found me. I found the I found the I found the I found the I found the
Oh, that's a good question. Mark, you're asking me, do I remember what age I started writing music? Um, Properly, meaning that I had an instrument and I started playing around. I can tell you exactly when it was. I was 18. No. No, 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 that's not true. Actually, I'm full on wrong. It wasn't. It was I was 15. Yeah, I was 15 when I first started messing around with tape recorders and weird stuff. I was thinking of the Abox side of things. Yeah, Abox definitely began at when I was 18, but me writing music was like at 15, more or less. So, but yeah, you know. Oh, yeah, I said it. I digress. Okay, okay, okay. That's what happens. Yeah, so what happened? So I was going to go to I'm not going to go to Germany. I'm going to Germany in June, and I realized about a month ago or so. No, no, when was it? Around December? Around December, I was looking over paperwork and whatnot to make sure that I wasn't going to mess up my trip. So I was looking at my Argentine passport, and it was fine. And then I was looking through other things that I would need to come back into the country, and I realized that my green card was expired. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how fast I'm going to be able to get a green card, a replacement green card. I thought it was 10 years. I guess 10 years had lapsed since the last time I'd done it. So I was all like worried. So I went online and I went to go renew my card. And right as I was doing it, a little, bubble window popped up that said, instead of renewing and paying $400, don't you think it's time you did your citizenship and just made it, basically saying like, why don't you just spend the extra bucks? So basically the government upsold me. It's like that funny, like, you sure you want just a cheeseburger? You sure you don't want fries with that sort of moment? So, so I decided, well, right there and then I was like, you know, F it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's see what I have to come up with here. So it took about an hour or so to get all the particulars down, and then I went hunting for different documents I would need and whatnot. And the application got accepted. And then it said, while the application is being done, your green card is still good for another 2 years. We automatically extend you for 2 years. So I fixed the problem that I had. So I was all thinking, I'm still going to Germany as a resident because normally it takes like, yes, Mike, I paid 5 million. Um, so yeah, like I was thinking that, it was going to take like 6 months because what I had seen was that it could take a really long time. But meanwhile, I'd solved the most important problem, which was I could now travel to Germany with a little piece of paper and everything was fine, right? To my surprised look on my face when I saw this, the application got accepted within a month, And then my interview was on April 1st, which I thought was really funny because I thought because see, if I worked for the immigration office, and this is just me, right? If I worked for the immigration office, I would try to make the appointments for people on purpose on April 1st so that when they got there and they tried to take the test, I would be like, actually, you're being deported and just wait. And then I'd be like, no, psych, I'm kidding. Just April Fools, you know? Anyway, I would probably pull a prank like that. So I thought I'm being pranked. The government's pranking me right now. I'm gonna go there and they're gonna say that all my paperwork's wrong and you're out $700, buddy, or whatever. So anyway, it was April 1st. I knew that nobody was gonna believe me if I posted I'm on my way to take my citizenship test because on April 1st, nobody believed me when I said I passed. But yes, on April 1st, I went and I passed. And it's funny because I wonder how many of you know all the different civics tests and everything that I had to pass with, because it's about 100 questions. And by the time I went to do my interview, I was at 150% because the test would keep repeating when I was practicing, and it would just add a score. If I got anything wrong, like I'd have to start over. So I actually ran the test 2.5 times and just missed one question. That gave me a score of like 250. So I did pretty good. The hardest part was trying to not say Adam Shitface or Adam Shifty. That was the hardest part for me. But aside from that, everything was fine. Um, but yeah, yeah. So anyway, just one day in the life of a fool takes on a new meaning. Well, no. Well, well, what was funny though was that I kept getting all these like, "Thank God you did it. Did you do it because you thought you were going to be deported and all this other weird stuff?" And I was like, "No, I was never. Yeah, I was never scared." Oh, Jose, that's awesome. Thank you. I think. Well, I'm gonna put this out there for anyone who's listening, who is not in the United States. In other words, if you're in Mexico, if you're in Canada, if you're in Japan, Germany, especially Germany, why not? Brazil, any of these places, Peru, go see if you can play Peace on Spotify. And if you can, take a screenshot of it playing if it shows the date, especially, and then just send it to me. I'd like to see that because from what I see, it's only in the United States. And I thought it was everywhere all at once, and it's not. That is an interesting development in the realm of things. But anyway, I digress. Sorry. No, Carlos, did the officers recognize you while at the interview or knew you were a big celebrity? I don't think even I am a big celebrity. I don't think I'm a big celebrity enough to be recognized. But I will say this that was funny that I wish I had on film was when the officer who's interviewing me said, "So, what's anything, Bucks? I'm not sure I understand what that means. Is that a job?" Is that a job? And I'm like, you bet it's a job. No, I had fun on that. Although, man, can I show you? Shoot, it's somewhere around here. I'll have to find it. I don't know. Maybe while I'm playing the song, I'll go looking for it. But I um I brought my passport with me when I went there, and I don't mean like just my current Argentine passport because that's a given. Like a no doubt. You have to bring your current passport and your current whatever you've got. But I brought my original passport from when I entered this country in the 70s. And it still had my picture on it. And the reason I brought it was because my birth certificate is in such terrible shape, meaning that my original Argentine birth certificate, first of all I have is a copy of it. It is in such tatters that if I were to fold the paper in any certain way, it would probably crumble. It's that old, or it's basically very badly kept. So I was worried about that. So I brought as many forms of ID as I could. And the funny part that I wanted to tell you about this was that when I presented that passport and I said, well, look, here's what I have as ID. I have my current passport. Here's my driver's license. Here's my green card. And I've got this old passport. And when she saw the picture, she's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I have that one." And then she opens this file, and I see a different picture of myself as a child, and it's attached to my birth certificate. And the one that she had was in much, much better shape than the one I have. And I was like, "Yours is in better shape than I have, than the one I have." And she laughed and she says, "Well, I can see the resemblance between the two." She goes, "So you have nothing to worry about," which was kind of funny. So from there, it was pretty much brevity, and we had a good time. And like I said, I only had to answer a few questions. They were going to give me an English and writing and reading test, and I really wanted to have that because I was like, I'm going to ace that. But I didn't have to take that. I didn't. In fact, in the end, I think I only had to answer about 12 of the civics test questions. Um, yeah, exactly. That's the one. So Mike's asking me, is that the one I to get into the loop lounge? No, you did not use that one. They would never have let you in with that one. You're so funny. Gonna get me in trouble. Anyway, I'm gonna play a song. Um, this is because you guys said just one day in the life of a fool. This is just one day, the very first recording that was on my reel to reel, recorded in the apartment at La Habra when we first got to California, which is interesting. This will be interesting to play for a different reason, which I'll outline when I come back. Ooh, yeah, well, that's fine. Right to the end. So, okay, just because I saw this question come up, and it's funny because I love questions like this anyway, because I'm a nerd, so a tech nerd, as it were. So, let's see. Um, that's funny. Okay, so someone asked me like, "How is that done?" Like, because it doesn't play well if you try to play it on an arpeggiator and think that the notes are going to happen. It won't do it. You can't play this on an arpeggiator. So people always ask me like, "How did you do it? How did you do it?" Because if you notice, it's not just that it's a straight line or a straight shot of notes. There is a crescendo of notes going up and then a crescendo of notes going down. Some are doing octaves, some are not. Then it repeats the same notes for a little while. Then it goes back to the octaves, and then it goes back down. In other words, it's a pattern that I played very, very slowly. If I remember correctly, I think I had it set to like 20 or 30 BPMs. It was literally like, and while it was doing this, it all started with the first note. So it was like dun, 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 something like that. So I just kept doing that for a while, like for a while. And then when it was all done, I sped it back up to like 120 beats per second. And then it played its little pattern. And then whatever happened after that. After that, I think the only thing I did was go in and just delete a note or two. And this is before you had computers. So it was like not an easy thing to do. I have never liked step sequencers, so it wasn't step sequenced. I had to actually play every note. But yeah, so I had to play it very slowly, just trying to figure out what notes I wanted to hear, and then I just sped it up and quantized it. But as you can hear, it's very loose because the sound itself, if you, yeah, I don't know how to show you this, but you have to like do this to the key. You kind of have to swipe it, and if you do that, it it has a decay. But if I hit the note straight on, that decay gets cut off. So it was also like dun 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 dun. So like you could hear that some of them, you know. No, it wasn't done with the internal ESQ sequencer. I think that if I had done that, that song would never have been written. That was one of the first. That was me getting used to having the MPC. So that was an MPC 60. And that was the first, yeah, staccato. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I sometimes forget. Um, so yeah, I couldn't do that on the ESQ sequencer. It would have been, oh God, it would have been impossible to do on the ESQ. Not impossible, but it would have been very difficult. Um, Tim asking, what way is that easy? Well, because you're planning it very slowly. So if you make a mistake, you can always go back on the sequencer, especially on the MPC 60, and you could see you wouldn't be able to see the notes, but it would show you all the notes you played. So you can go back and just change that one note to come down, but you were not out of time because it was just like really slowly. So all you had to think about was what line are you going to play? And so yeah, I had to basically just play notes. As what I basically did was go up the keyboard, back down, stuck around the middle for a little bit, then back down, back up. That's really what I was doing. And if a note felt dissonant or didn't look like it fit, I would just take it out. But I think when I went to try to do it again to like do the live version of the song, I wanted it to be exactly the same. And I had to slow down the original song, like put it in my DAW and slow it down so that I could replay it in because it was like impossible to remember every note I played. So I had to play it like slowly, even slower the second time around. So thankfully, you know, uh, have no idea who that is, but you know, so it is the way, that I had to do it, and that's kind of the way it works with that kind of stuff. Anyway, but I digress. Ah, you know, I can't because I'm afraid that if I run the DAW after the fact that the stream is running, it could change the sampling frequency going out, and it would just like it could crash things. So whenever I have the DAW open, I have to make sure that the streaming stuff is the last thing that comes on. So I will have to demonstrate that to you another time, but I promise you I will. I will. I'll try. I'll actually try writing a whole new one because I think I kind of like doing that. I think I only did it once or twice in the entire time that I did it. So we'll leave it at that. So anyway, news. Let's see if I can pull this up because there's some good stuff that I want to talk about too. I mean, we're getting really close to a gig that's coming up, which I'm not sure if everyone knows. So anyway, is it up? Interesting. Is something missing? Ugh. Yikes. Yeah, I don't get everything right sometimes, but that is life. That is the way life is. It is, But here's what's going on. This is the part of the thing. I usually do this in the beginning, but it's not going to be normal every time we do it. But I have some goodies to play and stuff too. So bear with me. But this is the news. So yay, it came up. So yes, on Friday, April the 18th, that's coming right up. So get your tickets soon. But coming right up is Austin, Texas, on Friday, April the 18th. And the very next day, I will be in Corpus Christi. That will be fun. That's at the House of Rock. Please join me there. And finally, they added here's the other one that got added. I don't know why Germany keeps like popping off it's supposed to be in there and it's not. Sorry. But that's in June. So if you're in Germany on June 8th, I'm going to be in Germany. And Friday, May 23rd, I am in Los Angeles at the Paramount with Blacklight and DJ FN1, which is going to be fun, man. I love playing with Blacklight. So that's what's going on as far as shows go. And I promised you there was going to be some news, and I'm going to give it to you now. So, for those of you that don't know, I did file my reversion of copyright. It is or was effective on March 28th. So as you know, if you're in the US, you can hear the new versions or the remixed versions of Living in Oblivion, which is great. But this week, if it doesn't happen this week, don't kill me. This next coming week, because I have to do rehearsals and get things ready for Austin. So I may just skip a week. There's no rush, or at least not for now. But the news is that the re-recording of Living in Oblivion with the vocals from 1996, and some of the stems are going to be released, so that we can remix it. And the reason that we're doing this is because we're going to turn this into a 12-inch. And yes, there's going to be a 12-inch new single of Living in Oblivion version 2025, which is, nobody does that but New Order, but, but I decided it's time. So, yeah, we're going to do it. It'll be official. You guys can remix it. I'll give you those vocals for free. You're not in trouble with anyone because there are new re-recorded. Which, by the way, I've heard both. side by side, and I actually do like the 1996 vocals better. I think it's better sung, but that's just me. So, but anyway, I'm gonna make those available. Oh shoot, I can't see the chat, so I don't even know if you guys are like excited or like so what. So, oh, thank you. Um, oh, that's a good question, Jose. I'll answer that in a minute. Because we're gonna enter AI territory in a second too. But but yeah, so Living in Oblivion 2025. I am gonna try to get it on a 12-inch. Um, I am also working on Carmen 2025 with an excellent arrangement that was done by a very talented musician from El Paso. His name is Jair, and he did a brilliant job of he had done basically a cover of it, and I loved it so much that I paid him to basically let me have those backing tracks so that I could build around them and do a whole new version of Carmen. And so I'm going to try to get that done too. So that's the second bit of news. So basically, there may be a 12-inch with um, Living in Oblivion on one side, Carmen on the other, 2025 versions. And I have a feeling that as time goes by, basically, I'm going to probably wind up re recording a lot of those songs. I don't know how many. There's no hurry for me, meaning that I'm not interested in recording the entire Peace album from scratch. If it happens, and I will. But it's not something I want to do. I know some people have said that to me, like, you should just re record the whole thing. And I'm like, what for? So the only reason I would do it would be to like give you tidbits of or versions that you never heard before, um, or something like that. I wouldn't do it just to do it. It's not my style. Plus, I have an album to uh, promote. And speaking of that album, and speaking of that newer album, when Living in Oblivion 2025 comes out, I will add it to the Other Verses album, um, so that you won't have to buy it as a single if you're on Bandcamp. It'll just be part of the Other Verses album. And the last bit of news regarding those things is that the original, and when I say the original, I mean the original Living in Oblivion from the Ascension days. As you know, I talked about re-releasing Ascension for a while now. Um, but you know what? Well, we'll talk about that when I come back. Meanwhile, let's go back to the Loop Lounge in 1988. And whoops, that wasn't what I was intending to do. So we're going back to the Loop Lounge. And speaking of Ascension, here's Kiss of Love, as it was done back then on the Ascension tape.
This next song is also from our little EP there. This is called Kiss of Love.
Y'all are
Thank you very
funny.
much.
A wig? It's not a wig. It's not a wig. Are you kidding me? Denise. It's not a wig. I actually had hair at one point, which is, funny. But yeah, so, a lot of people don't know this, but the very first thing we ever put out was our Ascension tape, which for archival purposes, I will say that um, the original version of that tape actually had more songs on it than the one that we um, sold at shows. But it's funny because I was looking at the old copyright that we did for that Ascension tape, and it was funny. Living in Oblivion's on there, so it's Living in Oblivion, World Without Love, Kiss of Love, um, Beat of Life was on there at one point, but it was the short version. But towards the end, we had to make it shorter because we couldn't afford the bigger tapes because it was really expensive back then. So like we couldn't afford to do like a 30 minutes on each side. So we decided in the end that it was going to be like only like 10 minutes per side or something like that. And I think we kept going smaller and smaller until we ran out of like, okay, now it's not going to fit. But it's funny how the medium, the medium as it were, determined whether, the tape was going to be whether we were going to put the tape out or not, which is funny. But I only know this because I have an original and the original has more stuff on it, obviously. But it's a shame because I had just put something up on Bandcamp so that you could download it. But unfortunately, because Peace got taken down on all levels, you missed out on that. But I think what I'm going to do is just for posterity's sake, I'm going to mint the copyright notice from that original tape and put it on the blockchain so people can see it. Because I think it's funny to see my handwritten notes of like composer, lyricist, and all that funny stuff, handwritten because back then everything had to be handwritten, or typed, but I didn't have a typewriter. And it looks a lot like an old, I don't know, like one of those documents you'd see from the CIA or FBI. It looks funny. So I will at some point. I have to redact some of it because there are addresses and phone numbers on it and stuff. So that stuff I'm not going to have on there. But at least I think it should be something that you guys have, because I think it would be fun for posterity's sake. At least I think so. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be around. So I want to make sure that everybody has all this stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to get back to work on the Ascension tape. And I want to make, a definitive version of it, basically. Like whatever I think should have been on it from the get go, because I have a lot of demos. So I'm going to put that together. Um, that's going to be a project onto itself, but that'll be a fun project for me. So I'm going to get working on those. Um, I like that journalist question there. So I'll answer that one in a second. But so um, you know, the the reason that I want Ascension on out is because I want people to see what we sounded like in 1988. Because what I find interesting, well, no, because that we never recorded it. We don't. We only had a rehearsal of that. We didn't actually record it. So, yeah, my mind went blank. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, DJ Trip. Remember when bands had fan addresses on their tapes and LPs? I want to see if any of those still exist. Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That our mailing list used to be an old address, which was my old home when I used to live in New Jersey. That would be my old house. So, I mean, you could write to those people, but I'm sure they would be all weirded out by that. Actually, I might leave that alone. It's the other stuff that I need to like take out, but I think so anyway. But I'll I'll put that up because I think you guys will get a kick out of it. But so yeah, I know I digressed. So let's see. Is anything box going into a more positive take on music, or is the unavoidable darkness filling your music with exquisite sadness and tension? What unavoidable darkness? I don't see an unavoidable darkness. Um, Whatever you see is what you get. So I don't know. I'm pretty happy right now, despite like things that have happened this week. I mean, because look, for me, I live in a bubble, meaning I'm like someone said this to me in a comment today, and they said, "How do you maintain such a positive attitude about things?" And to be honest with you, I'm not always positive. Sometimes I'm absolutely miserable. But what puts my life into perspective, and I've said this many times, so I'll say it so that you know that I'm consistent with this message. My feeling is I'm not being bombed. No one is, coming into my home and trying to kill me. Um, there are places in this world where these things are happening. I'm very well aware of it. Um, and in my world, that's really not that, it's not that bad. I mean, I get to do what I do. I get to play songs and make art for a living. I get to be on stage. I get to talk to people like you. I get to do all this stuff. So I feel it would be really petty and selfish and silly for me to, you know, be all depressed about, my life. Oh my God, piece is missing from Spotify. My life is over. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm not like that because in in what I like to call first world problems, that's not really not that bad. Like, my house is not being blown. Like, I'm not like from North Carolina where people are still trying to build homes. I'm not dealing with the issue of, for example, the Palisades fire where people have not even, like they haven't even been able to clean out their homes. So no gothic songs, no. I mean, well, it depends. I don't know what gothic songs really mean at this point. Um, am I gonna have songs about castles and vampires? No. Am I gonna have songs about the possible dystopian future of robots running our world and trying to, put chips in our brains? Maybe. You know what I mean? So if that's goth, I guess that it'll be science fiction goth, but or science fiction punk. Um, you guys are funny talking about hair. Um, oh, I like your take, Denise. Your take is actually perfect. That's the take. I'm singing it the way I feel it. If it's happy and sad, it's happy and sad. If it isn't, it isn't. Terminators and Oblivion. Oh my God, I got J wires. If you're in the chat, like, thank you. If I think I saw you in the chat, but thank you. You gave me such a great idea. Um, J wires said to me today, "Why don't you do? Is there a war album? A war album? Hmm. I'll play a song, and when we come back, um, I will address that comment because it was such a great comment. And by the way, before I forget, no, I just lost it. I lost the chat twice today. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Are you kidding me? Ah, yeah, Mike. I don't see that. I don't see that link. Did you post the link to the thing you're gonna do next week? So anyway, post it again because I need to see you. War. Can you imagine? Anyway, let's play a song. I don't think we need the tape for this one. Yeah, yeah. We'll have the anything box going. This is every single day. Oh, and this one's for Wendy. Ooh, somebody's in trouble. So, um, this is going to be a bit of a sidestep of all the different things we've been talking about today, but I wanted to bring it up for a very important reason, actually. If Because I'm going to make this a separate video, so I'm going to try to get this done in one take. Bear with me if I do this wrong, but I want to make sure that I can. Don't forget to smash that like button. I know. So, but I want to make sure that I get this right. So, here you go. Hi, Abox fans. If you're listening to Peace anywhere in the world besides the United States, I would love it if you would take a screenshot, preferably if it shows your country and that it shows the songs playing in some way or other, and send that to me because it's really important. If you do have it, send it. If it's actually available in your country, uh, send me the exact link to the music that you have, um, or a screenshot, because I want to be able to document them because it's sort of important. I will explain that at a later date. But for now, if you're listening to the Peace album at all, anywhere in the world besides the United States, send me a screenshot. I'd love to see that. I may need an IP. How could I do it so that I can? Someone help me here. If I wanted to hear the album in a different country, would I need would I need to change my IP? Is that what I would do? So that so that the computer would think I'm listening in Peru or something? Am I getting that right? Um, I don't really do shady stuff, so I don't know. I don't know if that would be the correct way to do it, but VPN. Not bad. I may have to do that, actually. Yeah, don't screenshot the CDs. I don't need that. All I need is the screenshot of the album playing on Spotify. Um, Especially if you're in a different country. Yeah, I may have to do a VPN for a month and explore. That might be interesting. That's right. Document, document, document. Interesting. Nice. NordVPN's the best. Okay, I'll take your recommendation on that. I'll have to try it for a month. So that's what you do. You select the VPN and then select the country. I know it sounds funny because I don't do weird stuff. So, I mean, I make weird music, but I don't do weird stuff. Very good. I will do that. That might be very interesting for me. Um, but we were talking about art takes its time. I know we're already past the hour mark and we haven't even gotten into the topic at hand, but it is sort of the topic at hand because I want you to know something. I feel bad more for you that you can't hear the album than I feel bad. Because for me, I know I've said this many times and you guys know this about the album. For me, it's filled with a lot of bittersweet memories. So my version of the Peace album, when I like playing the Peace album, is when I play out live. So when I do live sets and I'm doing Kiss of Love or, Living in Oblivion or When We Lie and all your favorites from that album, my favorite versions are the ones that I do live because I feel that they represent the songs the best. So I don't listen to the album as much, so it doesn't hurt me as much as like someone might think it does. Because I got some DMs, where people are like, "I'm so sorry, you must be so upset." And I'm like, I'm not upset for me at all. I'm more upset for you because I know that for you it means something and it's special, and I want to try to honor that as best I can. But for now, it is what it is until, of course, I start re-recording certain songs and putting them out. So, in case you missed the first hour and you're just tuning in, um, so Peace is gone from, it seems like, all streaming services in the United States. Um, it has been taken down from Bandcamp, and which, anything streaming, basically, it's gone. And but it appears that outside the United States, interesting enough, it's still being played. that sets up an interesting thing, which I can't talk about, but that's a good thing. That's actually a really good thing. Might be better than I thought. So that's good. So anyway, so yeah, it's gone. And I did get some emails about it, like what happened, tell me what happened, give me the details, like I thought it was yours again, and blah 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 blah. So let me get that part out of the way because this is something I can talk about. I sent a reversion of rights, which means that the songs on Peace, they reverted back to me. I own them. I am the owner, which is fantastic news. That is the best news that I could have gotten this year, and believe it or not, I got that news on the same day that I became a citizen. Basically, the Library of Congress has sent me the thing that says, "These are yours again. The new copyright is on you." Awesome. So the songs are mine, and I'm happy that the songs are mine. That doesn't mean that I can just do whatever I want, but it means that I can re-record them. It means that I can exploit them. It means that if I want to put a book out with all the Peace lyrics in it, I can. Um, if I want to re-record the entire album song by song and then have, remixes of stuff, I could do it. And that makes me very happy. Unfortunately, the other side of that is what you're seeing now. So it will be resolved at some point. I'm sure, they don't want to sit on dead weight. So, you know, but the reality of it is, for now, that is what it is. And like I said, I'm just going to keep working on things that I'm working on. I'm really working hard promoting the new album, which is, I can say that, right? It's awesome. I'm enjoying it. Um, I've been playing some of the songs on the new tour, and people seem to really like them. For some people, those songs are older, and for some people, they're completely new. So I love that. Um, I love the fact that I have projects in the works that I'm very happy about. There's a lot of new material that I haven't even touched or released or worked on because some of this stuff takes, again, takes time away from something else. And then this is where we get into these weird areas. So one thing that I had to decide was how much time am I willing to put into this and take away from other aspects of my creative life? Because obviously, well, I don't think so. I don't. Krieger kid. I love your name, by the way. They seem to want to just bug you at this point. I don't know that they're trying to bug me. I think that by law they have to do what they just did. Which is why I think it's interesting that it's still up in other countries. I don't know why they're doing that. They're not supposed to. So I will explain that at some other point. But for the sake of argument, I will say that I don't think that they're bugging me. I think that they're just, I mean, they might be a little salty that they don't own it. That doesn't mean that you get to do, remember, that doesn't mean they get to do anything they want either. So it's a two-sided street there. Oh, nice. Alfonso, 19 CDs are back in stock. I ordered one. So they're doing good. Good. That's right. I haven't even, okay, so that's the other side of this. So thank you for bringing that up, Alfonso. So I just did a deal with Argentina and they put out 19. They just put out Universe over there and the new album. They're stocking books over there. So they're doing good with them. And they're wanting to do more stuff. I'm wanting to do more stuff on my side. Like Recovered's been out of print for how many years now? Quite a few. I don't think there's one. I don't think I have one copy of Recovered on CD. Um, and so that's the next one I want to try to tackle and remaster. Although that one's probably one of the albums I'm the most happy with the mastering job. So I think that one's going to be fine. So I want to do a whole new version of that too. Um, Not re-recording, just remastering in the right way. Um, and I want to, 19 is going to be coming to the US as well. So that's a big deal. And then, Yeah, Tim, I think that's gonna happen eventually anyway. Um, you're so funny. I'm actually glad that you brought that up. It just it just solidifies that there's a lot of material that needs to be worked on and released, whether it's new or old or in between. So when I think about it that way, I don't have time to be fighting and doing weird things with this album that, like, 35 years later. So think of it this way. I've waited 35 years for this stuff. I'm finally going to be able to exploit these songs in some fashion, which is great. Um, and um, and I will absolutely 150%. As you know, I already started doing that in March. I started putting out, Living in Oblivion, new versions, newer remixes that people hadn't heard, and I'm gonna do the same with this. So it's not over. It's just we got to be patient because we don't know how long it's going to be gone. It could be gone for quite a while. I'm giving you that part of the news now. It could be gone for a while. So, cheers. So, I'm going to basically chill this weekend because next weekend by next week, I have to start getting ready to do rehearsals. But so, I've got an excellent team. They're working on it. They're working on it in a way that with help that I've never had before, which is fantastic for me. Like, I feel really grateful that I have the help I have. It may seem trivial, but it's been difficult to do these kinds of things without help. And I've been very fortunate this year and for the last couple of years that I've had some really good help. That for the moment shall remain nameless, but they're helping me do this the right way. And I think we're gonna have something to talk about soon. So anyway, I know I'm sounding vague. Let's play a song then. So um Mike, former bandmate Mike, is going to be on the same show that I was on recently, and I think I got the date wrong again. He's going to be because I was going to say April 5th, and it's not. That would have been tomorrow. It's not. It's not. It's He's going to be on uh Randall's show on Twitch on May 5th. Look out for that because that'll be fun, and I'll be in the chat too that night. So I'll be there to enjoy Mike's selections, but I wanted to play a song that Randall mixed way, way back in the day. This is the longer version. This one doesn't get played a lot. The only way you could have gotten this version that I'm going to play is if you went to May 5th. Yes, I did say that. I did, Mike. I did. This is the Ultraviolet mix by Twitch, Randall. And I'm going to play that next. So I'll drone cam this one. So I said it in the chat, but I want to say it for the record, on the record, that Randall uh, did this mix way back in the day when we didn't know each other personally under his Twitch label. And first off, I'll say it publicly. That was the very first Anything Box remix that someone did that I ever loved. Anything that came before that, the fluty mixes of Living in Oblivion, I know, I'm sorry. Some of you love that. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. I still do. Not my favorite thing. Um, Even the Beat of Life remixes, even though some of them are really good, technically or commercially, they're really good, but I still didn't love them. But this was the very first one that I absolutely loved. I absolutely loved this version of Where is Love and Happiness. Always have. So just wanted to say that. So you know that I'm not joking. Which fluty mix? You know the fluty mix. The one that sounds like uh yeah, oh gosh. You know the fluty mix. The stupid radio mix of the song. The one that I can't stand. The flutes that shall not be named. Yeah, I really did not enjoy those remixes. But neural recordings. Now you're getting to weird things there, Steve. What's a neural recording? All right, I'll have to look that up because it might be fun. Oh, the pan flute. You know what's funny is I don't dislike pan flutes. I actually like them, but just not for Abox. So, oh, Robert Walker, did you receive my Information Society quote? Well, remember the chat. I lost the chat twice, so you might have to rephrase your question or repaste it because it sometimes goes up so fast that I like, the fairy fluty mix. Three-dimensional recording. Well, I mean, you mean like, are you referring to, oh, you mean like, yeah, 3D stuff? I've been doing that actually a lot. I've been playing around with okay, now I understood where you were going with that question. Absolutely. In fact, I've been playing quite a bit with it. There was something I was doing, last week, just messing around, and I was able to localize sound in such strange places. Yeah, I know. I think it's better than 5.1 and all that because you can do it in stereo. You can actually have it on stereo, but I could localize the sound and I could swear that it was somewhere down under my desk and it sounded like it was like coming out of a speaker under my desk. And even though I was listening to headphones, it sounded like I had a speaker on that was under my desk, and I kept looking under my desk. My brain wanted to like, where is it coming from? And I kept moving it around, and it kept doing these weird things where I was like, "Oh my god, I can hear it, like as if it's in that corner over there." And I really, really love that stuff. Yeah, I know. I've heard, yeah. Well, first of all, because you brought it up, Joseph, it's going to be funny. When I do the stems for Living in Oblivion 2025, it's going to come with a PDF that explains the tempo and all that. And it's going to say, no effing flutes, no flutes allowed, or you're disqualified from the 12-inch entirely. No, it is. Steve Legros. Yeah, no, it is very cool. And I am enjoying it quite a bit, actually. Out of curiosity, what plugin were you using when you were testing that stuff out? I have about 6 or 7 different ones, The one that I wanted to work, which was the Sennheiser one, just would not run on my system. But I got another one to run that was just insanely good. It'll show up on some of the weird music that I've been doing. Some of the weird new stuff is going to have a lot of that going on. I really love that stuff. So you can't use, okay, it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to be even clearer. No horns, no trumpets, no flutes. Can't we just keep it synths? Doesn't anyone have common sense? Sorry. Um, yeah, that was corny. I know. I know it was. So I love you, Tim. I just want you to know. So on the show, okay, Robert Walker. On the show Bands Reunited, Information Society had their own episode. All the band members agreed for one night to do the show except the lead singer. Do you know why he refused to be part of that reunion show, and how long after did he decide to get back with the group? I have no idea. I know what you're talking about, but I do not have the answer. I don't know. Um, Mostly because when it's a funny thing, when bands are friends, we don't tend to like. I know it sounds funny, but we're not acting like, I don't know how to say this in any way that seems nice. So whenever we're in the same room and we're talking about things, we're usually more like either nerdy gearheads, or we're talking about stuff that impacts our normal lives. Like, this tour's got me tired. What was the longest tour you ever had? And blah, 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 blah. And like things like that. We don't get into like weird band dynamics stuff because it's sort of like stepping on someone's toes. Like if someone said, so like, hey, like, what's going on with you and, your bandmates or something, I would find that somewhat odd that they would ask. So no one, you know, yeah. I would agree with Stephen Baldo's comment. Um, but I may be doing something with Insuck soon. We may have a show together soon, but I can't talk about that one either. There's a couple of things I can't talk about tonight, as you know. Glockenspiel will be okay. That would be acceptable. Jay the teacher says Glockenspiels. No synth brass. Must I? Aw, that's nice. Thank you, Kim. Kim says, Claude, I have to say it makes me feel happy to see you happy despite the bittersweet news. It also is really good that you have your songs back. Well, thank you. Thank you. I am happy. Remarkably enough. I think, well, I should clarify why too, because I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying this. At least I hope not. The reason that I'm really happy is that before I always felt helpless. There were things that went on. Well, I'll tell you what those things were. I'll come back when we come back. I'll talk about it because it's already been like way past the time that we were supposed to play music. So I'm gonna play music, and then when we come back, I'll tell you why I'm happy despite some of the bad news of this week. But drone cam is on. This one goes out to you, Kim. Actually, this is from oh, it's funny. I got a brain fart. I can't tell you which album this one's from. Yeah, I forgot my own albums. But this one is oh yeah, Stereo TV. I'm like, is it Universe? I'm like, no, Stereo TV. It's my time. Everything will be all right. I think this one pretty much says it. It's my time to find my soul up there and always in my side. I guess you know the tide is turning around again. Do, 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 do. to be the longest day about just history. Everything will be the longest day we've ever known. Maybe I should run for help, but I don't give a damn, 'cause I'm not there. I am afraid. Do you know what is true these days? I'm scared. Do you think that I'm lonely? Yeah, yes, it's gonna be alright. Yes, it's gonna be alright. Yes, it's gonna be alright. When it's over, you and I will float downstream. Ha! That's funny. So yeah, everything's gonna be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Oh, that's a nice question, Wendy. She's putting me on the spot. This is a putting me on the spot question. Have you done anything musically new with the Kiviak, or is that yet to come? It's funny. I haven't done much with it yet, but it's because I actually put it in the wrong place. I literally put it in front of me, and I kept thinking that what was going to do is I was going to just do all this stuff with it, and I was better, much better, when I didn't even have it in the studio and I had it near the couch and stuff like that, because it's really one of those things that's more immediate. So I'm also rethinking the room and what I'm going to do with it, but I think I'm going to disconnect the wo-fi, as it's called. Um, I'm gonna disconnect the wo-fi from the studio, and it's gonna be something that sort of travels a little bit with me. And what I mean by travel is like it's gonna be like, you know, in the living room with headphones, or if I feel like going somewhere, it'll be in my car with me, and then maybe I'll do something while I'm in the car. Or like it's gonna be one of those things where I kind of have to have it with me rather than just in the studio. Because the minute I sit down in the studio, I'm in a certain mode. Um, I found that, more recently, I mean, this is nerd talk for some of you, but I found, and has to do with this whole takes its time sort of thing. I find that if I don't set up the tools the right way for myself, that, you know, that I have to step back from, from the work. I hate the word workflow, by the way, or the term, but for lack of a better word, I feel like I have to like spend more time with it on its own. But yeah, like David said, it is a little buggy. It's been acting funky on certain things. Like I'll sample something and it's fine, but when I shut it off and bring it back up, I have to load it or download stuff. So I'm trying to I almost wish it was simpler than it is, but I am enjoying it. So I don't want you to think that I'm not enjoying it. But I think I instead of taking it seriously, and this is where I went wrong, my other sampler, my little Yamaha VSS30, basically is a toy. So I just dig it out of the closet, plug it in, make some weird noise, record what I did, and then I'm like, okay, you go back in the closet and you're done. But I have a lot of fun when I do it. So I kind of want to take the same approach with the the wo-fi. What I want to do with it is give myself an experiment, sample something in, come up with something really cool, make something, and then record it right away so that it's not like I have to like, oh, I have to load this up in Ableton and I have to like, I don't want to do that with it. I want to treat it just like the way I treat my VSS 30. And I think that is going to be a better fit for me when I do it that way. Ha 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 ha! Superman t-shirt guy. You're so funny, Steve. What are you guys talking about? I missed the whole conversation there. Oh my God. Okay, I see. VH1 United, reunited. It would be like a 7-piece or 8-piece band at that point. You realize that, right? But, oh, out of curiosity, and this is just in case some of you know what this documentary was, please, if you saw it, please send me the link or DM me the link. Um, there was a documentary that was on Netflix, and this is a long time ago, so I know it's no longer on Netflix, but I wanna find it. And it was basically a documentary about solo performers, like people that went out on the road by themselves. And one guy went out with a reel to reel, one guy played a whole bunch of instruments with his feet and hands, and it was all about single performers. And of course, Steve. Of course I remember. That was Andre. Um, my son Andre actually played on stage with us once. So dressed in a Superman shirt, which was funny. Um, Shout out to you, Andre. So, but yeah, there's a documentary, and I think it was called Solo Band or something like that. I don't remember what the exact name was, and it's driving me crazy because I want to find that again, watch it, and see if they're doing a sequel, if the people that are doing that documentary are doing a sequel, because I really like the format. And been thinking about something like a short film on that subject of being by myself again. So, you know, the band. I am the band, as it were. So, yeah. And I think I just lost the chat. So if you were on the chat, I just lost you. So I've got two songs to play, and it's funny because one of them is from Recovered, and the other one, um, a lot of you won't even know it. So I think I'm going to play the unknown one first. They're both short songs anyway. So there's an EP that I had on on free download for a while from the old site, but it was actually not that good. No, the EP was good. No one could find the darn thing. And so I moved it from our site over to SoundCloud, had it there for a while, but people wanted to download all the songs separately, and I had it as one giant EP, like one long form playing piece of audio, which is probably why people weren't able to download it or whatever. So I split those up, and anyway, I came across it today as I was looking for the songs, and I realized there's another EP that's just sitting there with 6 songs that I should have just put out and just had out there, So it goes back to my way of thinking that the things that I can do, I'm going to do. The things that I can't do or that I have to wait on, they'll just have to wait. But if there's things that I can do, I'm going to do them. So anyway, this is called January. And it was about um basically very similar to what's going on now. And I know I sidestepped a question, but when I come back, I'll tell you what it is that's going on that I need to clarify here. But anyway, here you go. January. You think you're another story. Maybe I forget the glory now. I feel pain. sorry, but I've lost in all my glory now. And I don't give a damn. Same old story, not the same, but I feel something quite extraordinary when I feel you. So sing. I'm in love. I'm in love. Someone tells me on the train you've got to be yourself again. Oh, why? What's wrong with me? The art that keeps me on my feet, the songs that sing below the street. Oh yeah, I feel them loud. Sing. I'm in love. I'm in love. Dude, Tim. Oh man. Well, that's the other side of life, isn't it? As you get older, we can't eat all the same things. We can't do all the same things. Oh man, that's like heavy, heavy stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to do the same. I'm trying to like, cut down on a certain things and uh take my meat intake in half, all that stuff, because it's that time. Like, you got to be careful. Steve says, "This is on a 12 string? Maybe? No. Actually, a very broken and horrible, like a horribly damaged guitar. And I tuned it so that it would sound like a 12 string. So it's actually a 6 string, but I'm playing 4 strings or 3 strings in unison, and 2 strings are like tuned really weird so that I could play this weird chord on it. And yeah, I was getting into that sort of thing for a while where I was just like making up, weird chords. Um it was the McRibs. Oh my god. Not the McRib. You know what's funny? I haven't had a McRib in like, I don't know, 15 years maybe. And I don't know what it is. I think the McRib has cocaine in it or something that's really weird and neurological, because it's bad for you. You know it's horrible. But when someone mentions a McRib, it's like something in your brain goes, McRib, McRib. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, I digress. Oh my God, you did not. Yeah, when they came back, I was like, no, don't do it. But it's weird because I was telling someone recently on the phone, we were talking on the phone, and I'm like, yeah, at least I'm glad that I never crave McDonald's. So I'm like, I haven't had a Big Mac in ages. And then suddenly, just by saying the word, I was like, I want a Big Mac. So I think somewhere down the line, a scientific study is going to be made, and they're going to discover that McDonald's is injecting everything with some sort of like super crazy drug that only makes you crave their stuff. So I don't know, maybe. Ah. Anyway, I was going to tell you why I'm happy, and I will end the stream on that note. Um, and while the last song plays, I'll be doing my thing. But I just wanted to tell you that the reason I'm happy is because yes, the songs are mine, And the other reason that I'm happy is that for once, I have a really good team that I feel like I can really get the information that I need to get things right. Um, and my team is awesome, and I think it's going to be great. And it's going to be it's a big deal because it's a burden, it's a burden to keep all this stuff up for 35 years, having to wait. And then, the other stuff that's happened, and the no royalties, all the weird stuff that I've had to deal with the S people for the last 30 something years. It's been pretty messed up. So the reason I'm happy is because I finally have good help. And like I said, getting that letter from the Library of Congress is the best news I got this week. And that's probably the thing that made me the happiest is like just knowing. Um, so it is what it is. So we're doing good. We're doing good. And I will fill you in on things as they become, more known to me because, there's a couple of things where like, don't talk about that on your stream. I'm like, okay, okay. And they're like, no, I mean it. Don't talk about that. Okay. So anyway, so I'd rather talk to you about Big Macs and, music and how art takes time. And art does take time. It takes a lot of time. It takes time to make it. It takes time for it to assert itself on your psyche. It takes time for you to appreciate it. So, you know, understand that no one's more impatient with this situation than I am. Believe me. But again, I apologize to all of you that are living in the United States and have had to deal with this. For the rest of you around the world, send me those screenshots. You have no idea how cool that is. That's actually good news too. More than you know. And with that, I'm going to let you go. So what I'm going to do is put on a song, turn off my mic, and I will say goodnight. And I may not see you next week because I'm going to be getting ready for the shows. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do an impromptu rehearsal. I know I promise that I'll do them and then I don't do them. It's hard to do a rehearsal in this room, but I'll do the best I can. Maybe we'll do this. Okay? So, here you go. Let's turn on these. We'll do these visuals instead. Yeah, we'll let this one go. Here you go. This is Faith, and this is the last song. After this, it's good night. Everybody has a faith. Everybody craves the warm embrace that hides in the depths of adversity and lives in the edges of what we need. 'Cause all we are is all we know. all the silent tears that I've cried, all the emptiness that I run through, I will see again. At the bird that flew through my window, who I named a friend, like I ran to all the silent tears we cried for them. And all of the words you said mean nothing, and all of the words you said mean nothing. When I have felt the illusion, I am convinced my confusion, I will see the end to this. I let myself be led